So today's topic is actually something that you may have heard so many times in literature, in videos, in fact, your religion, and because this exists in almost every religion. Yet, despite thousands of years of repetition in the culture, and it just doesn't seem to be completely applied to our life. And this is actually one of the fundamentals, and that's why I thought it has to be discussed today. The topic is gratitude. I want to dig deeper into the reasons behind why you should be grateful, why it's actually not just you fooling yourself about, okay, I need to be positive in life and just this positivity culture. No, it's not that. There is something deeper going on. And once you understand those reasons really well, gratitude will become your natural choice. It wouldn't have to be pushed into you. You wouldn't have to force yourself. Yes, you would still have to work towards it, like you have to remind yourself, but it will become your natural philosophy of life. And I say that with personal confirmation because I also was a few years back not so grateful, looked at life in a very negative and skeptical manner, even other people. But over the years, I learned the reasons behind it. And now my core philosophy, my first nature has become gratitude and being grateful and thankful. So it just comes naturally, but it took a lot of work. Okay. So I'm going to be discussing some of those things that worked for me. And of course, they have worked for millions of other people who have tried them. So I'm going to present some of those things. Okay. As you can see, I'm giving these talks in live online events where anyone can join. If you also wish to attend, it's very simple. Go to our website page, shridharlifeschool.com/events. Just join our email list and our Telegram channel. We will keep you updated. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll find all the links in description. If you're watching this on Facebook, just comment #link and you will immediately receive a message from us in your inbox with the links. By the way, we also have some WhatsApp groups, but they are only open to people who actually attend the events. Hope to see you in our next event. Back to the talk. First logic that you must understand behind gratitude is this basic science about your own mind, which is called negativity bias. You must have heard of it, but I don't think many people fully understand what that is. By default, our brain is actually wired to pay more attention to the threats, to dangers, what's negative. And of course, there are evolutionary reasons for that, which is if I put you in a jungle tomorrow, your focus must first be how do I not get eaten alive, rather than how do I have fun here, how do I get good fruits here. Your first focus is let me find a safe space where I can live, or maybe if I have children, they can live. So that's why for your existence, warding off danger is way more important than finding privileges or benefits or fun or enjoyment or good things. That's why we are wired to take negative a little more seriously. Now, this is how we were evolutionarily wired. But in today's society, in 21st century, the same mind actually leads us into a lot of misery because that kind of vigilance, that kind of paying attention to dangers or threats is actually not necessary anymore. Today, when we are living in the house, we don't worry that a lion can barge in and suddenly eat all of us and break our TV, because that just doesn't happen. The same way, if you get sick tomorrow, we pretty much know that we have enough medical science, enough knowledge of medicine and health that we can pretty much survive. So the idea is the core dangers, which could kill us, which could harm us permanently, they simply don't exist. Through our knowledge and through our cooperation, we have solved those problems. And we live in amazing, safe societies. So the mind, which was built to keep us safe thousands of years ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago, the same mind leads us into unnecessary misery, unnecessary negativity today. We have to see this disconnect that we are wired for some other environments, and today the environments have changed. So what do we need to do? We need to adjust our own psychology. We need to adjust how we think, what we pay attention to. Because if we don't do that, all that attention is going to things which is ultimately going to lead to a bad experience here, but nothing good in your life. No real good outcomes. This is why you have to correct that negativity bias. So in fact, to prove that we do have negativity bias, there have been experiments that have been done in psychology. Like one small experiment that was done was if you pay somebody 100 rupees versus you take away 100 rupees, the happiness that you get from earning 100 rupees is actually smaller than the sorrow or the pain that you get by losing 100 rupees. So basically you go way deeper, and you can think about this with your personal experiences, right? You cook an amazing meal for somebody And people are loving it, loving it, loving it. But one person says, oh, maybe the salt was too much. And then you remember that part. The fact that you got 10 compliments and then one negative feedback, what occupied you more? It tells you something about your own brain, that you're still paying attention to negative way more than the positive. Trouble is, for our mind, negative is still negative. It still feels like an attack. It feels like in a danger. So now the lion is not coming, but a negative comment, a critical remark, somebody mocking you, somebody being sarcastic. That feels like somebody's coming to eat you alive. And you're just responding like, okay, I have to defend myself, as if I won't be alive if I didn't deal with it. And that's a wrong response to the situation. And this is why you must understand that your mind is leading you into maladaptive ways of dealing with the world. Okay. So once you recognize this fact about your own psychology, the negativity bias, the next question becomes, what do you do? Natural answer becomes, you then have to consciously pay attention to what is good in your life, like what's happening well, all the good things, all the positive things, and also being able to take away some of the danger level connotation from all the negative things. Because let's say, even if somebody did make a remark, even if somebody did say something wrong, or you even maybe lost a few things, you should be able to fall back and think, you know what, it's not that big of a deal. I already do have a lot. My life is still good, right? So being able to take the negative less seriously and being able to take the positive more seriously, paying more attention. So this shift from negative to positive, this is the journey of gratitude. People have this notion that if I become too grateful, will I also become complacent? Some people who are really ambitious and who want to grow a lot, for them, they're like, if I become too grateful, how will I work hard? If I'm just happy all the time with my current circumstances, how will I work hard to improve them? Those things are actually not connected, and they're thinking the wrong way. I'll tell you how. First of all, to grow, to improve in life, you don't have to be miserable, okay? You can be happy and you can grow. You don't have to constantly beat yourself up that, oh, I've done nothing, my life is terrible, people around me are terrible, and then you improve. No, you can completely improve, even if your life is completely amazing. You can divide the whole population between two people, right? People who say, life is terrible and I want to make it better. And then people who say, life is amazing and I want to still make it better. So which category do you want to belong to? That's the question. I, of course, chose the latter one. Okay, life is amazing and I still want to make it better. And why better if it's already amazing? Because I have to do something. I'm alive. I'm eating food. I have 24 hours in each day. I'm probably going to be here for a few years on this earth. I have to do something. Why not make it better? That is the logic. You don't have to feel bad to be able to improve. And once you understand that, then your present completely changes. Because otherwise, what you're doing is you're only postponing the happiness, which is, only if that happens, then I'll allow myself to be happy. Only if I get the promotion, only if I fix this in my relationship, only if I get that car, or only if I reach a certain level in my company. So you are constantly postponing, thinking that once I go there and then I can be happy with my life. And that day never comes because the mind is still the same. It still looks ahead. By the way, by nature, I am also very ambitious. I also want to keep growing. I also want to self-actualize, utilize my potential, and hopefully reach the whole world with my work. Why not? Why not have the dreams? But I go to sleep reminding myself, and I have to do this, by the way, I'm not even joking. I literally, at the end of the day, I spent 5 to 10 minutes thinking to myself, whatever I've done so far, it's good. I've helped people. My work is good. I'm on the right track. I can live a good life. I have good people in my life. My health is good. These are some amazing privileges. So yes, tomorrow I'll wake up and do something to grow. But tonight I must sleep happy. And trust me, even to this day, I have to do this. The mind can go into overdrive, into work and trying to fix things, that it forgets that part. So I have to remind myself every day. This is how I counter what? I counter the negativity bias, or sometimes simply being overrun by desires. So the one logic was negativity bias. The other logic is desires, which is we are born with certain desires and they are constant. They are never ending. Buddhism has captured this very, very well, which is desires are suffering. They are very right about this, because the moment your desires go into overdrive, disappointment, dissatisfaction is just the other side of it. One thing that I disagree with them is you should eliminate all desires. And I disagree with that, because then you can actually run into states which are also miserable. So imagine if we had absolutely no desires ever, suddenly everybody lost all desires, humanity won't progress. We would still live very, very miserable lives. So the fact that in the last 10,000 years or 20,000 years or so, we have progressed so much, It has happened because we've had desires to improve, desires to work on things. And today, you and I, we are all able to live these comfortable lives because humans before us have had desires and they solved a lot of problems while chasing those desires. I find a lot of value in those desires, but again, the concept is balance. If they go into overdrive, if you become slave to your desires, you're going to be miserable. And then again, the concept of gratitude helps you, which is, yes, I will keep doing things to fulfill my desires, but whatever I've already fulfilled is also valuable. It's also amazing. It's also great. And I must be able to look at that too. This is how you kind of tame your desires going into overdrive, going into extremes. Gratitude helps you in countering what? First, negativity bias. Second, taming your desires. Now, these are such fundamentals to your psychology that if you don't get this right, you can be at your deathbed and still very, very dissatisfied. And there are people like that who are well into their 70s and 80s, and they're still aiming for more and more and more. And they're simply not happy because they never took the time to really appreciate what they do have. And they've ignored their present, they've ignored people around them, and they just wanted more and more and more. I want you to understand that you are no different than those people. If you don't fix those things right now, if you don't rebalance, then you will end up into the same position. So it's better that you start that work with yourself sooner rather than later. Shridhar LifeSchool now offers group counseling sessions. Now you can take help on your mental health and family issues with other people at much lower cost than one-on-one counseling. Currently, we are offering 3 topics. First, parent anger management. This is for parents so that they can manage their temper and learn to stay calm with their children. Second topic, child anger management. This is for children so that they can manage their anger and be emotionally intelligent. Third topic, learning importance of education and studying responsibly. This is also for children who are losing interest in their academics. Right now, all our sessions happen online. To book seat for yourself, go to our website page. We will keep updating new batches and new courses on our website only. Link is also in the description. If my videos help you in any way and you want to support me, please make a donation. I can use your donation to buy better clothes and eat more avocados. Yes, I'm in India. Avocados are expensive here.